Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. Invesco Galaxy, Bitwise, WisdomTree, Fidelity join BTC ETF revision rush. Next, BlackRock, VanEck, Valkyrie file last-minute Bitcoin ETF amendments. Also, JPMorgan CEO criticized for Bitcoin ETF role amid anti-crypto comments. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We're a new channel here on YouTube and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, Invesco Galaxy, Bitwise, WisdomTree, Fidelity join BTC ETF revision rush. 7 of the 13 applicants for spot Bitcoin ETFs filed revised S-1s with the SEC on the day of the deadline. An official decision is expected by January 9th, and trading should begin around January 11th. If a launch is approved, issuers may be notified as soon as January 3rd. The hopefuls in the race for a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund waited until the very last minute to submit the final versions of their Form S-1 applications on December 29th. The filings trickled into the United States Securities and Exchange Commission throughout the day, with Invesco Galaxy, Bitwise, WisdomTree, and Fidelity coming in after BlackRock, VanEck, and Valkyrie. Fidelity, WisdomTree, and Invesco Galaxy announced their authorized participants in the new filings. Invesco Galaxy selected Virtue and JPMorgan, while WisdomTree and Fidelity gave the honor to Jane Street Capital. WisdomTree has chosen to maintain in-kind share creation and redemption in spite of the SEC's urging to switch to cash. In addition, analyst Eric Balchanas noticed that the competitors had started a bit of a price war, with Invesco Galaxy waiving its fee for the first 6 months and the first $5 billion in assets. Fidelity set its fee at 0.39%. Bitwise has yet to name authorized participants, but it did note in its new S-1 that an unnamed party is interested in purchasing up to $200 million in shares of the ETF. BlackRock, VanEck, Grayscale, Bitwise, WisdomTree, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, ARK Invest, Valkyrie, Franklin, Hashdex, Global X ETFs, and Pando Asset have all submitted S-1 applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchanas expects a positive decision on January 9th and trading to begin around January 11th. As reported by Reuters, if a launch is approved for the following week, issuers may be notified as soon as January 3rd. The SEC set December 29th as the deadline for spot BTC ETF S-1 amendments. Grayscale's last submission was a new S-3 filed on December 27th after the resignation of Barry Silbert from the board of directors. In the new filing, Grayscale stated that it would convert its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a cash-only spot ETF, as VanEck did earlier the same day and BlackRock did in an earlier revision. Silbert and the Digital Currency Group, which he is the founder and CEO of, are under SEC investigation. Our next top headline, BlackRock, VanEck, Valkyrie file last-minute Bitcoin ETF amendments. The Wall Street asset managers are considered front-runners in the race to land the first U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. Asset managers BlackRock, Valkyrie, and VanEck submitted amended S-1 forms to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission on December 29th, the final day for the SEC to consider them in January 2024. The forms are revisions of their previous applications to create Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. Van Eck states in its revised application, the financial firms that are authorized to purchase or redeem shares with the trust, known as authorized participants, or APs, will deliver only cash to create shares and will receive only cash when redeeming shares. This is in keeping with the preference of the SEC. BlackRock's updated filing named Jane Street and JPMorgan Securities as authorized participants in its proposed spot Bitcoin ETF application. BlackRock has already specified that it will use a cash-only model. It was the first user to settle a trade on JPMorgan's tokenized collateral network service on October 11th. BlackRock first filed for a spot BTC ETF in June, and Valkyrie filed a week later. BlackRock representatives held meetings at the SEC twice during December. Alternative asset manager Valkyrie was in at least one meeting there this month. Commenting on the BlackRock amendment, Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas said, "Looks like we have our first horse at the starting gate," possibly referring to the asset manager's chances of being granted SEC approval. Earlier this week, Balchunas said he expects the SEC to decide on the outstanding spot Bitcoin ETF filings by January 10, 2024. If approved, trading would likely commence shortly thereafter, he said. Valkyrie also appointed authorized participants in its updated S-1, selecting Jane Street Capital and Cantor Fitzgerald. In addition, StoneX Financial will serve as its lead market maker. BlackRock, Van Eck, Grayscale, Bitwise, WisdomTree, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, ARK Invest, Valkyrie, Franklin, Hashdex, Global X ETFs, and Pando Asset have all submitted S-1 applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Our next top headline, JPMorgan CEO criticized for Bitcoin ETF role amid anti-crypto comments. Pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton questioned whether being named an authorized participant by BlackRock was an attempt to mislead the public or engage in gaslighting. JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon is being criticized by the crypto community on X after being named an authorized participant, or AP, by BlackRock, which dropped its updated Form S-1 filing on December 29th. Commenting on the BlackRock amendment, Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas said, BlackRock just dropped its updated S-1, and it does name the APs Jane Street and JPMorgan, which is kinda ironic. An authorized participant is an organization with the right to create and redeem shares of an exchange-traded fund. BlackRock's updated filing named Jane Street and JPMorgan Securities authorized participants in its proposed spot Bitcoin ETF application. However, Dimon hasn't endorsed Bitcoin publicly. In a December 6th hearing of the United States Senate Banking Committee on Oversight of Wall Street Firms, Dimon told several U.S. lawmakers that if he had the authority in government, he would try to shut down crypto, claiming Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies' only true use case is to facilitate crime. Crypto pundits have quickly pointed out the hypocrisy of JPMorgan as an authorized participant in BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. Perhaps money laundering, tax evasion, criminal participation, and drug trafficking is their business as well, said crypto enthusiast Silver Zimmerman on X. If BlackRock wants to do all that, then fine, but how can JPMorgan do all that after telling Congress and Elizabeth Warren that this is what it's used for? Another user, Sonny Poe, asked on X. Pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton also expressed skepticism about Senator Elizabeth Warren's stance on Bitcoin and pointed out that Dimon's JPMorgan is willing to be involved with Bitcoin despite negative associations with criminals. Deaton questioned whether this was an attempt to mislead the public or engage in gaslighting. Despite being deeply opposed to the digital asset sector, JPMorgan recently launched its crypto token, JPM coin, on a private version of the Ethereum blockchain for its institutional client base. The bank also rolled out a blockchain-based tokenization platform in October with BlackRock as one of its clients. It also contributed to a $65 million funding round for Ethereum infrastructure firm Consensus in April 2021. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.